Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Nittani Draws. I'm Nittani, and today I am showing you a little bit of the thought process behind my larger pieces. For the most part on this channel so far, I have been doing sort of glorified sketches, quick little drawings that I enjoy doing that keep me in my brain and keep me working and doing new things and testing out different products and testing out different skills that I've had over the years. But this time of year is where I start getting ready for the art show called Venus Rising, and Venus Rising is my biggest art show of the year. And it's also where I test out the new product lines that I have and where I test out new art pieces. And so every year I usually do a big piece directly for this show, and I usually sell it at that show. Last year's piece was Cyclops, and she sold at the show, so all I have left of her are prints, but she sold really, really fast. And so this year I am planning on having 3 pieces in the show, and they're all going to be companion pieces of one another. I am doing the goddesses of my life, basically. Well, I guess not really just my life. Technically, so the idea started because the show is called Venus Rising, so I knew that it needed to be goddesses, and I always do goddesses for the show because it's sort of the theme. And this year, I think I decided I was going to do goddesses in a different way, and I wanted them to be somehow inspired by Alphonse Mucha, because I don't usually work in that sort of style at all, and I wanted to try something new and test myself. And so that's kind of what I'm doing. I bought some frames specifically for use in this project. And so what I do when I start a drawing is I start out with like a really detailed drawing. I start out with sort of an idea. And with this idea, I knew that it was going to be a 3-piece set. That set was going to somehow tie together across all 3 frames, but they would also be capable of standing alone as their own separate pieces. And I knew that I needed them to somehow have a theme that ties them together. So for them, I've decided I'm going to do the 3 goddesses. One of them will be the goddess of internet, the goddess of caffeine, and the goddess of lust. And I'm going to do all 3 of them. They're in sort of a funky size, so I'm not sure how I'll offer prints of them, but I will do my best to work that out. But what I'm doing here is I'm sort of doing the sketch work for how the pieces are going to be laid out. So the thing that's going to tie them together is going to be this lightning, and I want the lightning to be different colors based on what it is that they're doing, and I want the lightning to behave differently based on the different goddess. So the goddess of the internet, it's going to be like coming out of her temples, and I want it to like take over the piece kind of and be like really electrically charged, since the internet is completely run by electricity and it sort of works like firing neurons in the brain, but a little bit differently. So I knew I wanted the internet to look like that. And then I think that for the little bits and bobs, originally I had planned on doing like the definitive pieces of the internet and like having cat videos or something represented in it, but now I've decided, I think, that I'm going to go with the different web browsers that are available. So I have Safari, Internet Explorer, Firefox, Opera, and Google. So I've got those. So that's kind of where I'm at with that. And then the other 2, I have the goddess of caffeine, and I think I'm going to have coffee, Red Bull, Monster, Mountain Dew, and probably something else, but I'm not sure quite what, because I like the look of 5 things. The way that it lays out looks really nice, but I haven't decided what that 5th one is. And then the goddess of lust, I haven't worked out completely yet, so I'm still working on her. I probably won't show the process for all 3 of them, but I wanted to sort of show what it is that I go through while I'm coming up with an idea for a really big series of pieces, and kind of how I lay them out and like how I make the thumbnails, and where they go from that point, you know, like when you're looking at this thumbnail, it's not, when the piece is finished, it's probably not going to look anything like this. I have another separate video I'm going to attach to the end here, and it's going to be all about the frames that I've chosen and why I chose them and all of that. So you'll get to see that as well. So yeah, it's just been a really, really long week, and I'm sorry about missing Monday, but I just found out that my husband's job is moving, so it's just been a rough week, but yeah. So here's that other video, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Hey guys, so I've already shown you the video at this point, and then now I want to show you what the frames look like. So I just got these frames, and I got them from the Salvation Army. Focus. $13.77. That's what I paid for them. So $13 for all three of them. And I bought them specifically for these pieces here, and they're going to be companion pieces. And it's really late at night, but I just wanted to show you guys kind of what the thought process is. So yeah. The goal, as there is always a goal, will be to gut these, which one of them I already did, kind of. So I took the backs, because when I got them, they were covered in this paper. And what I did was I removed the paper from this one to check and see if they would come apart fairly easily. So you can see that they're just kind of stapled in there, which means that I can gut the frame. And hopefully what I'll be able to do is I'll be able to remove the stuff from inside. I'll spray paint this frame. I'll spray paint this interior frame in some color that works with whatever this ends up being. And then I will paint this mat and this space in the center, and they will be one drawing. Like I'm planning on having the mat be part of the painting rather than just a mat this time. I want the mat to be part of the artwork rather than just like a random band of color. But I don't want it to be too busy because there won't be a mat on this, and the frame is already kind of busy. So I have to try to find a way to make it not too much. So that is going to be an interesting feat. So that's the goal. And yeah, I hope that this video was at least a little bit helpful.